ASMRGaming News. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a new special ASMR movie geek video review. So yes, ASMR Movie Geek is finally back. Because of the pandemic, movie theaters been closed. I've been watching movies at home, and it kind of messed up everything. So we're finally back. We're gonna be talking about the new movie Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, let me just tell you, I just watched this movie and I absolutely loved it. If you haven't watched Godzilla vs. Kong yet, highly recommend you do it. So, first part of this review is going to be spoiler free. I got some popcorn here. I got some Coca-Cola. We're going to be drinking some Coke, eating some popcorn as I do the review. Let me eat a piece of popcorn right now, actually. That's some good popcorn. Nice and buttery. Okay, so, yeah, first part, spoiler free. Second part, gonna have spoilers. I'm gonna do spoiler before I do the spoilers, so no worries if you haven't seen it yet. And enjoy the nice Fortnite gameplay in the background. So, basically, this movie is a sequel. So, if you watched, you basically kind of have to watch some of the previous Godzilla and Kong movies before you watch this one, specifically Kong Skull Island, and at least one of the Godzilla movies. It can be Godzilla King of Monsters or Godzilla. Now, I liked Godzilla a lot, especially towards the end, and I really liked Kong Skull Island. And I had some issues with Godzilla King of the Monsters. There were some things in that movie, the pacing was off. I really liked the fights, but there were some things I really didn't like about that movie. This one is not like that. This one is awesome. It took Godzilla from the first Godzilla movie, the rebooted version, took Kong from Kong Skull Island and put them together into an awesome movie. So, what I really like about this movie is that, unlike a lot of other monster movies and things, there is less focus on the human characters. So, people, if you're going to watch Godzilla vs. Kong to know about random actual human characters and what's going on in their lives, this is not the movie for you. If you want to see a huge giant monster fight another huge giant monster, this is the movie for you. Music was great. I'm just gonna say that immediately. There are parts where the fighting was so intense and then the music came in and it made that even more intense. So the music, the soundtrack, I don't know what composer made the music for this. I gotta look it up. Bad review, I know. But wow, the composer did an amazing job. The intense scenes were intense. There's some sad, kind of scary scenes in the movie, and the music actually really goes well with everything that's going on, so that's great. Special effects in this, way better than the last Godzilla movie, by far. I would say even better than Kong Skull Island, but yeah, these are by far the best effects, special effects for Godzilla movies I've seen recently. Really good stuff. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? The story was pretty good. You kind of start to see where the pattern is going, what exactly is going to happen story-wise, and then it goes in a complete different direction, kind of surprises you, and then goes in another direction, and it kind of blew my mind. I'm going to talk about that in the spoiler section, but this movie does some things very, very well with creating kind of anticipation and excitement. I really like that. Now, I am definitely definitely more of a Godzilla fan than a Kong fan, but I really enjoyed Kong Skull Island, and I really liked Kong in this movie. I think they did a fantastic job with him. Godzilla was still my favorite, but there were many parts in this movie where I actually felt for Kong, and vice versa. Like, I felt bad for Godzilla, I felt bad for Kong. It was nice. Like, I like that. I like how they kind of, like, reversed who you felt, like, empathy for, I guess, in the movie. Because I know a lot of Godzilla fans going in watching this were like, Kong's gonna get destroyed. And a lot of Kong fans were like, Godzilla's gonna get destroyed. And then they're, like, watching the movie, and you kind of, like, go in reverse, like, in the opposite direction. Like, wait a second, I kind of like the other guy, too. So the movie does a very good job of that. I like that. Now, as far as the human characters go, I have to give it out to Millie Bobby Brown. You know, she's a star. She's great in Stranger Things, and she did a fantastic job in this movie. Definitely one of my favorite characters in this. Yeah, she was great. Probably like one of the best, like, human characters in the movie. There were some others, for sure. Especially this one girl. I forget her name. I just watched the movie. That's crazy. I forgot her name, but basically, she's from the island that Kong is from, and she talks to him in sign language, and there's like a whole, like, kind of like underlying story theme going on with that. Kind of nice. I like that aspect. We don't really get to see much of other characters. The villain characters, though, great job in the movie. You really do hate them, and I think they did a great job with them. There's a scene that I'm going to talk about in the spoiler category, which was actually very satisfying and surprising, so I like that. And overall, I'm just going to, get to the spoiler section. I really like the special effects, the graphics for this movie. Fantastic. I think Godzilla fighting Kong, Kong fighting Godzilla was a great idea. Lots of intense, amazing fights in this movie. Like, there isn't just one fight. Like, some people thought, oh, they're gonna take forever and then they're gonna fight at the end. No. There are multiple insane fights in this movie. And then I can't even get into other things because that's gonna be a spoiler. Like, I knew absolutely nothing about this movie going in, so I was completely surprised. Music was great. Special effects were great. Fights were amazing. The best thing of this movie. And even the human character, like, side stories, while they were a little bit annoying and a little bit slow-paced, they were perfect for the pacing of the movie to kind of balance out the intense fight scenes between the monsters. So I really like that. Like, there was a big fight, and then they, gave some time to the humans to talk. There's one crazy character in this. He's like a conspiracy theorist guy. Made me laugh. Like, the whole movie was talking about, like, crazy things, and there was some funny stuff going on with, like, Millie Bobby Brown's character, like, totally believing everything he said, and, like, it was funny. It was it was really good. I like that. Honestly, after watching it, I want more. Like, that's my reaction after seeing it. I give this movie, let's see. So, there's two ways of rating this movie. Is this movie gonna win, like, an Oscar award? For best, I don't know, acting or something like that? No, absolutely not. This isn't gonna win any, like, big, important awards, at the Oscars or the Academy Golden Globes or whatever. This is like a fun blockbuster movie. Just, if you want some mindless, crazy fun, this is the movie to watch. So, I kind of give it two different ratings. From a fun category, like, standpoint of enjoyment, I give this thing like an 8 out of 10. This is super exciting. I actually want to watch it again, and I just watched it. This is a very rewatchable movie. It's not boring. It's exciting. The fighting and, like, intense action parts were amazing. So that's why I give it an 8 out of 10. But if you're looking for, like, highbrow, high-class cinema art, Schindler's List, Steven Spielberg type movies or a Stanley Kubrick or Christopher Nolan, this is not the movie for you. In that case, I would probably give this movie like a, I don't know, a 6 or a 7 out of 10, which I'm sure a lot of the, very big and critical movie critics would give this movie. Like, all those guys that love, classic Hollywood cinema and stuff probably watched this and was like, I'll give it a 6, Like, that's what it would probably get. But from a fun standpoint, this movie's an 8 out of 10. Like, it's enjoyable, it's fun. If you want like a brainless, fun action movie, Godzilla fighting Kong, go see this movie. And I would say you wouldn't even have to see any of the previous ones. Like, you can jump right in. You'll miss some references to Kong Skull Island and the last Godzilla movie if you skip ahead. But it's totally worth it. This is a great movie everyone should watch. I loved it. Let's get to the spoiler section. Spoiler, 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 spoiler. Okay. So, let me go through a little bit of the story of this movie. Let's get Coca-Cola, okay. So, wow. This movie starts out kind of like intensely, like, you see like Kong in an enclosed facility, and you actually think he's in the wild, but no, he's stuck in a facility and he's mad. Fast forward a little bit, Godzilla finds out that Kong is in this facility, and since Godzilla senses other like huge titan like monster creatures, he goes over there to fight him. And Kong is being held captive by Apex, and each time I read Apex I kept thinking Apex Legends. Isn't that funny? So Godzilla like comes in the facility and starts destroying everything, and they have to evacuate, and they have to like transfer Kong to a new area or something like that. And this is like the first time they kind of like, there's some like anger between them, they want to fight, stuff like that. So next what happens is you got all of these characters that get slowly introduced, like Millie Bobby Brown's character, her best friend, who is totally against all her decisions in this movie. It's funny, like, she's like, we gotta go meet this, like, random guy, and he's like, what? Yeah, it's some random guy I know from the internet. He knows what's going on with Godzilla and stuff. Why did he attack? He never does this, and all sorts of crazy things like that. So basically what it goes down to is Apex, this organization, they want to use Kong to go to the Hollow Earth, which when I heard that I was like, ooh, that sounds awesome. What is the Hollow Earth? So they gotta take Kong to Antarctica, and they are transporting him on this huge ship, like this huge battleship. They just got Kong laying on it. It's insane. I'm like, how in the world do they have Kong on that thing? That's just funny looking. But they got Kong on there. They got the girl that knows sign language. She's talking to him, trying to calm him down. Kong's really mad. But they're going okay. Fast forward to Godzilla randomly showing up, and Kong starts going crazy, and they're not letting him out of his chains, and there's a huge fight about to go down. Godzilla's just destroying everything. It's going crazy. Very awesome fight scene. So in this scene, Kong almost gets destroyed by Godzilla. Like, he technically won this fight. There's fights in this movie where Godzilla wins, where Kong wins. So they kind of let, like, fans kind of go like, no, Kong did this, he won. No, Godzilla did this, he won. So in this fight, in the water, Kong was about to drown. They saved him. It was pretty crazy. The humans saved Kong, which I thought was interesting. And then they kind of made him stand down, and Godzilla was like, I won this fight, and he backed away. And that was that. And they were like, yo, if we turn even the engine back on, Godzilla's gonna come back and destroy us. So they come in with like these huge like choppers, like helicarriers or whatever, and they pick up Kong and start like flying him through the air to Antarctica. And the reason for that is they need Kong to go into the hollow earth and retrieve some kind of energy source, and we don't know why. Now they're saying we need this energy to destroy Godzilla because Godzilla attacked us, but Godzilla attacked them for a reason that we're gonna find out. Meanwhile, there's like a whole side plot with Millie Bobby Brown meeting this crazy conspiracy like theorist guy who's actually not that all like crazy. He knows some things are going on with like Apex and stuff like that. He's like, yo, what is going on here? And they get stuck in a whole like thing, and they end up going to like China. It's crazy. So meanwhile, back in Antarctica, Kong finally lands there. He's kind of angry. The girl that talks to him has to come out and say something like, yo, they want you to go down into a hole here in Antarctica. There's people just like you there. And Kong was like, yo, what? And he just like jumps in. Like, he doesn't even listen, he just like runs. So then all these guards, you know, trying to bait him to go in there, like quickly get in their ships and like follow him into the hollow earth. Now this part of the movie is crazy. It reminds me of like something out of like Avatar or Interstellar. So basically there's like a whole other earth inside the earth. This is not scientific, you know, this movie is complete science fiction. I was reading on like Twitter, random like scientists coming out like, oh, Godzilla versus Kong needed to fix this. This is the dumbest, most absurd thing ever, a hollow earth. How is it sunlight get into, you know, gravitational field pull in the center of the earth like this? And they were actually trying to debate like a sci-fi movie with the real science. It was kind of weird. But, you know, it's like a fantasy, a sci-fi movie. It's kind of like complaining about Star Wars not being realistic or something in my mind. So, there's another Earth. Inside the Earth, Godzilla goes in there. Humans get through. And they follow, why did I say Godzilla? Kong goes through. Oh my goodness, have I been saying Kong when I meant Godzilla? I'm so sorry, everyone. So Kong gets through. He goes to this hollow earth, and immediately when he lands, he gets like almost attacked by this huge like snake serpent monster thing. It's crazy, but he beats them with the help of the humans actually. And then he's just going through this whole hollow earth area. It's beautiful, but it's full of like dangerous monsters from like prehistoric, like Jurassic times or something. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there were dinosaurs down there. Actual Jurassic Park or something like that. Pretty crazy. And he goes all the way to like this temple, this ancient temple. And there's like a throne there. He finds like a mystical, like ancient axe looking weapon. It's like made from the rib cage of a Godzilla ancestor apparently, because it has the kind of like same energy radiation on it. And he uses this to like power the throne room, and it's kind of cool. And I was like, yo, Kong is like king of the monsters down here. This is awesome. But then when he does that, it kind of awakens Godzilla. Like, Godzilla's like, yo, where's this coming from? So Godzilla then travels over the hollow earth to where, like, directly underneath where all of this is, and the humans then try to double cross Kong because the military were using him for their own motives. Of course, like, no one didn't see that coming. Like, it was super obvious. So Kong kills them, of course. He kills the people that, you know, double crossed him, and saves the humans, the ones that were nice to him. And then they gotta get out of there fast. Godzilla, meanwhile, above the surface, does his, like, ultra attack right through the earth, down to the hollow earth, and basically sees Kong down there. And it's like, what is going on? So, like, you look up, straight underneath this Kong throne room, like, above him is Godzilla there, angry. So they get out of this hole. They're in, like, Hong Kong now, and they start another fight. And this one's awesome. Probably one of the better fights in the movie. So there's moments where like Godzilla's winning, there's moments where Kong is winning. Pretty cool. But at the end of it, Kong got kind of like destroyed. And then Godzilla was kind of like weak and tired. So they had to come out and they had to like revive Kong with like energy, like electrical energy. So they brought Kong back. And Godzilla, he's going to go fight a special enemy. Now this is when they finally reveal why Apex, why military people were trying to get this energy from down in Hollow Earth from Kong. And what they find out is they're trying to make their own Mecha Godzilla. A Godzilla controlled by humans to defend humans from Godzilla, but that's not really the case because Godzilla already is defending the humans for the most part. They want to use it to control like the world and do stuff. And Godzilla notices this. They power Mecha Godzilla up with the energy. And Godzilla's like, no, I don't want that. I'm gonna go fight Mecha Godzilla. And they reveal that Mecha Godzilla is being powered by one of the heads of King Ghidorah from the last Godzilla King of the Monsters movie, which is an awesome plot. Like the dead psyche of the skull is actually powering Mecha Godzilla. He takes over like the human's mind, like mind jacks him, and just escapes from facility as Godzilla. He kills the main villain character, which was the one in charge for making Mecha Godzilla, which I thought was awesome. Usually the villains like always escape, but no, like Mecha Godzilla comes out, kills him first. It's like crazy. And then it's up to like Millie Bobby Brown and her friend and this other crazy conspiracy theorist in there to navigate the hallways and try to like shut down Mecha Godzilla. So then Godzilla and Kong start fighting. I mean, first it's Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. And Godzilla's kind of getting destroyed because he used a lot of his energy fighting Kong earlier. And Kong finally shows up when Godzilla's about to get like totally destroyed. And he kind of like saves Godzilla a little bit, so that was nice. And then Kong mostly goes off on Mecha Godzilla. Godzilla's helping him. It's crazy. I absolutely love it. Like, you see kind of Kong get knocked out by Godzilla. Then Kong comes back, saves Godzilla who's about to get destroyed. Like, Godzilla was basically over. Kong shows up. And they're both like tag teaming Mecha Godzilla together. It's awesome. I loved it. But he's super strong and powerful. And Godzilla's kind of weak. Kong's back, but he's kind of weak. He's using like his special axe he's got. And it's awesome. It's like the best fight in the movie. I didn't expect Mecha Godzilla to be in this one. I knew absolutely nothing of this movie going in, so that made me very happy. Great villain monster. So Mecha Godzilla is being completely powered by like the skull of King Ghidorah, so of course he hates Godzilla. No human is piloting this thing. It's this crazy AI. Meanwhile, Millie Bobby Brown and like the characters in there like trying to shut Mecha Godzilla down, and they can't hack into the system. So what they do is they pour coffee on the computer, and it just jacks everything up. And then Kong and Godzilla manage to destroy Mecha Godzilla, and it's super cool. I love it. But then there's kind of like a scene after they destroy Mecha Godzilla, which is just awesome. You have like a scene where like Kong and Godzilla, they're back on again. Like, yo, you want to fight? No, you want to fight? But there's like mutual respect there. And Kong puts down his weapon, he puts down his axe, and he's like, nah, I'm not fighting anymore. And Godzilla's like, okay. And he leaves, like, mutual respect between the titans, monsters there. So I like that. I think Godzilla kind of knew that Kong was over. He's gonna go into Hollow Earth and, he'll be like, I'm the king of Hollow Earth. You can be king of the monsters on Earth, or something like that. And Godzilla's like, it's fine. So, movie ends with Kong going back in the, Hollow Earth to reign on the throne from there. Pretty awesome scene. And of course, the Apex or whatever people, they like establish some kind of facility down there. So I don't know. I think we're gonna be getting another movie. We might have Kong and Godzilla team up again. There might be some other crazy monster showing up from down in Hollow Earth or something. So this is gonna be awesome. But I really like the ending to this movie. The final fights were the most intense and crazy. Buildings were getting smashed and destroyed in the city of Hong Kong. It was amazing. It was like very well designed set pieces. I assume they were like set pieces with CG. Everything looked realistic. It was awesome. I loved it. Seeing Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, Kong all fight each other, and there's like so many debates on the internet. Like Kong totally got creamed. No, Godzilla was about to die. No, Kong was about to die. He came back. Stuff like that. Like at the end of the day, they teamed up together. Okay, it's not about one beating the other. Like one almost won at the beginning, one almost won at the end, one almost won again. But at the end of the day, it was about killing Mechagodzilla together, and they accomplished that. So great movie. I recommend go seeing it. Even if you haven't watched any Godzilla movie, just go watch this one. It's probably the best one in my opinion, because it doesn't like pollute the movie with unnecessary like plot lines involving like human characters like going on missions and other stuff. There's a very simple story, easy to follow, lots of action. I loved it. So yeah, I said at the beginning 8 out of 10 for enjoyment and everything. 6 out of 10 if you're expecting some kind of like high class, cinema or something like that. Definitely go watch another director, another type of movie if you're looking for serious movie. But this was really good, so I recommend it. I had a great time. I loved it. Hopefully you all enjoyed this Godzilla vs. Kong review. I know I skipped a lot of plot lines. I probably even got mixed up a few times near the beginning because honestly didn't remember that much at the beginning of the movie. The movie's like 2 hours long, so it's kind of easy to forget some things, but yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the fight scenes the most. There was a bunch of them, like 3 or 4 or something like that. Just awesome, 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 awesome. I loved it. So, yeah, thanks again, everyone. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. So long, and farewell.